How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Brandon here, and I might have accidentally invented Times New Roman. Ghosts. You may believe in them, you may not. The spectral entities. You probably see a ton of videos posted online, especially from Chills, Nuke's Top 5, and so on, of the scariest videos they've found or have been submitted to them. Now, I like to see both sides of the argument on this one. You've got the camp of people who really believe in ghosts, and then you have the other side who disproves every single instance of a ghost sighting. But there are a lot of videos on YouTube showing these said ghost sightings, or just scary instances that can't be explained. Or maybe they can be explained. I want to take you through the top 10 scary videos I've found recently. Now, I don't want to jump off the deep end with this one and say I don't believe in ghosts, because there are some convincing videos out there. But there are a lot of videos that can be explained, and relatively easily. The thing about a scary video is it doesn't necessarily have to be real to be entertaining. There are some videos that I just really can't get behind, though, because they're clearly edited, or just the person who submits it is way too caught up in their own beliefs that they don't understand what could actually be happening. Some of these are just outright hilarious. The first video I want to share with you is from King 5. I've never heard of King 5 before. So what could possibly go wrong with that? King 5 looks to be an NBC affiliate based in Seattle, so they're a news station local to that area, and they post a lot of highlights from whatever they broadcast. Now, this one caught my attention because, well, we're talking about ghosts. This video is called Ghostly Figures Caught on Camera. King 5 Evining. Not evening. Evining. Coming from a news station, it's a little embarrassing to not even be able to spell evening.
Let's see, how do I put this?
I just don't know if it's good or bad.
Adrian King sees dead people.
How should I put this? Adrian King
sees dead people.
I mean, okay. You literally could have put that any other way.
I see things through the photos.
See, at first, she thought there was something wrong with her camera.
So I'm already blown back. So she sees things on her camera, and our first shot is a horribly taken picture.
In every picture, there's something.
In every picture, there's something. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point of a picture.
Shot after shot filled with mysterious lights, orbs, and auras. Things that looked like moving lights in places where there weren't any.
Shot after shot filled with mysterious lights, you know. Like the ones that you saw before you took the picture.
You were close!
Oh shit, they recorded one of the ghosts.
I've used probably over 5 digital cameras.
The ghostly photos just kept on coming.
It's not a coincidence.
There's no way this could be a coincidence. Not at all.
Adrian says it all seems to have started a few years ago, after a near-death experience she prefers not to talk about.
Let's conveniently leave out the near-death experience that would explain anything credible in this interview.
The chills and spine tingles she'd been feeling her whole life grew somehow enhanced.
It feels like somebody's watching you.
Adrian set off on ghost hunts, and her camera did not disappoint.
No matter where I go, I seem to get something somewhere.
In a local church? Is it an orb or an angel hovering over the Holy Bible?
That one's really exciting.
I can tell she's really excited by the monotone response she gives.
That one's really exciting.
At the Jimi Hendrix Memorial, a beam of light seems to shoot from the ground below, and a vortex of light at the end of a rainbow.
What does Jimi Hendrix have to do with your mysteriously newfound powers? I don't think Jimi Hendrix knew you. Why would he care?
Today, Adrian's returned to the place she found most haunted, the former site of a bakery outlet in Shoreline.
Wait, what?
The picture here with the girl sitting on my friend is the scariest one I've ever seen.
I don't know if I really believe her. I mean, that just looks like she could have had anyone sit on her friend.
You're sitting on my friend.
It's the scariest one I've ever seen. Whoa. See that?
It seems like she just goes everywhere and she takes pictures of ghosts. That's awfully convenient.
Even Adrian's daughter, Kaylee, is adding to the mounting evidence that something strange is going on here.
Even her daughter is joining, so, warp her perspective before she's old enough to make her own decisions.
Oh, she got one.
And apparently it's not limited to her with the near-death experience. Her daughter also just casually takes a photo of one of these things.
Some people might say it's nothing.
The photos with the light streams in them can be easily explained with just taking an extended exposure. That's not that hard to do. That's actually a type of art. Someone will take a flashlight or a multicolored LED light and wave it around in a pattern on an extended exposure and create some sort of drawing.
But Adrienne King and her haunted cameras have the photos to suggest otherwise.
I want to know more about it.
I don't know. She didn't really sell me on it. Okay, I just want to, before we move on, I want to point out one comment I just found that caught my attention. I'm not sure if it is Photoshop, but if it is really real, it's a spell someone cast on her to try to kill her, bad performed and failed because of the ingredients used to hunt her down by the caster isn't removed and reversed. It keeps following her, and if the caster don't reverse that spell, the caster will die and the spell must be removed to remove the aura in her surroundings. What the fuck? Okay, on to the next one. This one's a quick one. It just showed up in the recommended when I was looking at this video. Rumored local ghost caught on camera. Now, the description doesn't explain where this rumored local ghost is. It just gives a vague description that could, relate to any place. The path runs between a railway line and a river. There's an old local legend in the town where this man lives that claims someone was killed trying to cross the tracks one night and their body was thrown into the river. Subsequently, a ghost is rumored to haunt the pathway. Is this a ghost or just a trick of the fog/light and water from the river? You can easily tell that these are special effects. The fog doesn't match the frame rate of the rest of the video. Next video is from a little bit more of a popular YouTuber, Guava Juice. Guava Juice has more of a variety channel. He posts a lot of different stuff here and there, but not a ton of paranormal videos, yet they still make their way into some other lists. This one in particular, ghost haunting caught on camera. It's interesting to say the least.
Hey everyone, so I just woke up from a nap and I heard knocking at the front door. That's what woke me up. I checked the front door, no one was there, and then all of a sudden I heard the same knocking. That back door over there. I checked, no one was there. And it's been happening for like the last 2 days now.
He's hearing a lot of weird noises and justifies it as cars passing by or an airplane or something. I want to point out something that will show up a little bit later. Notice that his sliding glass door is completely open right now.
So apparently the previous owners, there was like something tragic that happened to the house here. And I don't know the history about it, but
he explains that the previous owners of the home said something tragic happened here. When you're in the market for buying a home and somebody just brings that up randomly, you don't ask for the details. Usually that's going to be something that steers someone away from buying the home, and they probably wouldn't necessarily bring that up in the first place. Now he walks through the house a little bit, acting like he's being distracted by noises that he hears. So he grabs a stool and he's going to check where these noises are coming from. He's pretty certain they're coming from the attic.
oh gosh.
Oh!
I don't know, I can't do this.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay, how about this? I'm just gonna leave the camera here. I'm gonna go outside. Take a quick walk. Hopefully nothing happens. Really hope nothing happens.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's clear your mind, get out of the house, and go for a walk. But leave the camera. Hopefully nothing happens. Nothing at all. Nothing that would make this video, interesting. Coincidentally, 2 minutes later, and stuff starts happening. You see something either move the curtains or a reflection in the glass. I can't necessarily tell. And then the sliding glass door, which somehow is closed all of a sudden, even though we didn't see him close it. And
You ever had a dream that you want that you...
a little guitar strum. We got a musical ghost here. Oh, it's getting angry. So it's angry and knocks over the camera. Nothing else. It slams a couple things and then knocks over the camera. So he comes back a few minutes later, and that's it. The noises stopped after filming this event. Everything went back to normal. It was a weird phenomenon. It just so happened to be a weird phenomenon that happened for a video. I mean, this video got 4.5 million views, so I guess I can't blame them for doing it. People believe it so much. I actually saw a ghost. It was so creepy. I slow-mo'd through my iPad. Crying emoji, crying emoji. That was horrifying. I did not like that. Do not even do another video like that. That freaked me out. But at least I still love your videos, and I love your TikToks. I just imagine they talk like that. Now there's another comment from Kenzie Mills. I don't know if they're related to guava juice or not, but the comment just comes off as funny, and I couldn't pass up reading it. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great time and support you and your help, and time to meet up with you guys later today or tomorrow morning to see what you look like when you get home, man. Support you. Have a wonderful Christmas, and for sure I will be in your help and time, and I love you too, and I will send you to know how much I love you guys, and I appreciate your help. Poop, poop. Poop, 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 me lol. That one was pretty scary, so let's move on. The next one's from Inside Edition. Inside Edition, if you don't know them, they're a news magazine, television program. They keep up on current events, and I believe they're syndicated by CBS. Essentially, it's sensationalist stories that they post every week, just to generate views on TV. But this one, eerie footage taken by a personal trainer shows apparent ghost of ancient castle.
Are ghosts real?
I don't know, I think that's what we're trying to figure out here.
Several recent encounters suggest there might be more things in heaven and earth than we can dream of. A personal trainer believes he captured a ghost on camera in this English castle window.
I like that our authority is a personal trainer, the expert in paranormal activity.
Check it out, as something appears to be lurking in the opening of the wall at Hearst Castle.
Okay, so it looks like there's a little bit of fog in the window, so something's lurking.
The man thinks it's the same spirit he saw at the same place on a previous visit.
He thinks it's the same thing that he saw at the same place on a previous visit. So, same, alright.
If there's any spirits here at all, are you able to show yourself, please? Try and appear by that window, by the brick wall at the end.
A lot of these videos have fog that just appears out of nowhere. It makes me sort of believe that maybe all ghosts are airbenders?
33-year-old Tony Ferguson tried to debunk the second encounter by saying it was just someone else visiting the location, until he found out on the other side of that wall is a tunnel that's nearly impossible to access. Creepy!
Alright, so we get a closer look here as she's explaining. This can't be debunked because the tunnel is impossible to access. But couldn't somebody just, climb through that window and be on the other side and wait so that they can take the shot?
And look at this seemingly harmless family photo. It pictures a father and his 2 kids just a week after the dad suffered a nearly fatal heroin overdose.
Oof, that shit's no joke. I'll give him that.
But look closer, just above the young boy's knee. Is that a hand? Chris Downing, the children's father, who has been drug-free for 4 years, says he may have brought something back with him after his near-death experience.
But here we go again with the near-death experience, that it opens up everyone to ghosts.
He still won't look at the picture to this day.
I mean, that could be easily explained as he's just very disappointed in his children.
A mom who thought she was simply taking a video of her son on his bike was in for a surprise.
So we're followed up with a woman who's filming her son riding his bike, and it just so happens to be in front of this somewhat creepy building.
She went back to look at the footage. In addition to her little boy, she may have captured the image of an apparition looking down on him from a nearby window.
And an apparition is watching over him.
It went down at the Old Wayne Mansion in England, a property dating back to the 19th century. When the mom asked officials what it could be, they told her only security would have been inside that building that day.
I mean, that could be a cardboard cutout, or it could be one of the security guys.
And could this be a ghost?
I don't think that could be a ghost.
Watch as this otherworldly blob floats across the property
It looks like an overlay.
before disappearing into the sky. It was caught on camera by a paranormal investigator.
Ah! A ghost!
The Tower of London has a somewhat eerie history. In the past, it was used as a prison.
There's ghosts everywhere in this video. They're even floating over the flashback.
So, could it have been a vengeful ghost looking for retribution? Maybe.
All vengeful ghosts are blobs.
And look at this creepy footage. A mother of 2 says her friends told her to run after she showed them.
And just look at this creepy footage. There's a baby. That's terrifying.
Melissa Smith is convinced she's being haunted by the baby she lost in a miscarriage.
I think that's just a toy.
She says a children's toy turned on by itself and started playing music in the middle of the night. Then came the strange knocks in the house and closet doors swinging open. But when she saw this face appear on her daughter's baby monitor, it really freaked her out.
But no footage of any of this other stuff?
So whether or not you believe in spirits, you have to admit, what's already been caught on camera is pretty convincing.
I don't have to admit anything. You don't know me. You don't know where I'm from. You don't even know if you can trust me. You don't even know my favorite color. Who are you to say I'm convinced? Now, I understand they're going for a theme here, but anything can be made significantly more creepy just by using the right music. Hi, my name's Brandon, and I like long walks on the beach and petting my cats. They're lovely cats. Their names are Marlo and Oliver. See what I mean? You don't know my cats, and you're pretty scared now, aren't you? Must be ghosts. Okay, now the next video is from Chills. You probably know Chills. Chills is probably the top paranormal YouTuber. You might not know Chills by his videos alone, but you probably know the foot lettuce meme.
Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus.
But you can't get over his voice. I feel like I should talk like him for the rest of the video, but I don't know if I should put you through that. I think this video is probably perfect to analyze because it's 11 videos skeptics can't explain. And by all means, I'm not a skeptic per se, but you gotta take things with a grain of salt.
Number 11. This video takes place somewhere in the South American country of Chile during the middle of a street race.
Okay, so car's driving on a highway and a dog pops out. Now it's all about how you word it too.
A number of cars rush past and soon an animal randomly materializes without making so much as a sound.
Materializes without so much as a sound. That sounds a lot more convincing than a dog appears from nowhere. Even if the dog did make a sound, you'd be overshadowed by the cars.
Watch again in slow motion, and it really does appear as though the dog steps out of an invisible portal. You can see its front half emerge first, followed by the torso and back legs. Then again, the blurred edges around the dog's body does look like it could be made through editing.
He explains himself that it looks like it could be editing, and it most definitely is. It looks like the dog's a different resolution than the rest of the video.
Number 10. This live television news report catches a strange change in the reporter's face that has been causing a major online debate ever since.
Video glitches. You've probably experienced it yourself if you've had satellite TV or digital cable TV.
Watch their eyes closely or you might miss it.
Forces and protecting the population and minimizing civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counter.
You can actually see that besides eyes, her mouth kind of digitizes a little bit too. The resolution seems to drop a bit.
Somehow the reporter's eyes change from dark brown to a much brighter color with completely white irises. Large dark rings appear under her eyes as well. A growing number of people claim this is a demonic possession.
And it is in no way a demonic possession.
I think the most obvious answer is a simple camera glitch.
Again, despite the fact that the title of this is Skeptics Can't Explain, he's doing a good job of debunking them in a roundabout sort of way.
But even after thousands of views since 2010, no skeptic has fully been able to specifically explain what caused the broadcast error.
And he backpedals on it, saying nobody could fully explain the specifics of this. I'm pretty unconvinced that this is a demonic possession.
Number 9. This Colombian video from 2008 is apparently the last footage taken by 4 men that disappeared, found inside an abandoned car.
This is the last footage found inside of an abandoned car.
The footage shows the men driving towards a strange person dressed in all white, possibly a wedding dress.
Arranca. No, despacio, haga despacio. Esa mierda, huevón, hágale despacio.
They slowly approach the person and attempt to drive around them, and that's where the video ends. What happens next is a complete mystery, since this was the only footage found. Skeptics have been unable to debunk this video.
So, if the police find an abandoned car, they're not going to post the footage. They might share it publicly, but it's not going to end up on YouTube from what looks like a personal account. So just think of it what you will. I don't believe this so far.
Number 8. Lori Lee Craig and her husband have a bad feeling about a mysterious handprint on their wall that neither one of them can explain.
Okay, so there's a handprint on the wall. They can't explain it, even though that's pretty much it. There's a handprint. One handprint on the wall.
Okay, because it's like you can't see it, and then suddenly it's there.
You can't see it until the light reflects upon it.
And there's no way.
As you can hear in the background, their child has been crying all day.
That's what children do. They cry. Especially really young children.
But there's nothing normal about this behavior at all. Listen for yourself.
Stairs. Can you move up a little bit? So even if you stood on the stairs, because there's the handprint, you can't reach it.
The 2 worried parents walk around the house to see if they can find what's wrong. That's when they notice this strange handprint above their child in an impossible to reach corner of the stairway.
They're making a point to show that you can't necessarily reach it because it's too high. But I guess ladders don't exist either.
What a thrill.
So just as easily explained, someone could put a handprint up there.
I wasn't sure what to make of this video until I kept hearing the shrieks of this poor little girl. No skeptic can explain these cries of pure terror.
No one can explain the cries of pure terror? Maybe the kid's just hungry. If you're a parent and you're watching this video, just go down to the comments and explain that sometimes children just cry. It could be one reason or another, but they do that.
Number 7. This clip was supposedly taken from live television after a spat of bad weather left these neighborhood homes destroyed. Among the wreckage, you can see a man in a green shirt turn towards the ruins of his house and then fade away.
Hopefully, they either were in a safe spot or away from their homes, and they have this to clean up.
That's clearly a green screen, or in this case, if he's wearing a green shirt, it could be a blue screen. You can see just by the aberration around his shirt. That isn't happening with anything else in the footage. It looks like an error on a live broadcast. Somebody was reporting on this incident, and they switched the footage over to something else prematurely.
Number 6.
Number 6, I really have no additional comments than what he puts into the video.
This video is said to originate from within the woods of Conclaim, Canada. A group of workers are filming an outdoor job site when a gigantic unseen threat rocks them from above. I guess I'm a bit skeptical here, because the birds continue to chirp during and after the noise. I would think that a scream loud enough to shake the camera would send all nearby birds flying away. Number 5. Behind this bed, there used to be a door. Look closely to the left of the lamp here and you'll see the outline where it was painted over. There's just one problem. Apparently something on the other side doesn't understand that this is no longer a passageway. The knocking sounds polite yet urgent.
Now that's a pretty big door, and it doesn't really match up with the other doors that they show in the video. It's significantly bigger.
It really does sound like someone who believes that they belong in this room and expects to be let in at any moment.
So someone's knocking on this door, but we never see what's on the other side of said door. We see a shot of a hallway, which could potentially show that there's another room on the other side of that door, and somebody could easily just be standing on the other side and knocking on the wall.
Number 4. A YouTuber named Gothboy Prince is playing with a Ouija board.
I surely believe anything coming from Gothboy Prince.
That refuses to cooperate with the camera. Apparently the pointer moves on its own, but only when he's not recording.
So he's playing with a Ouija board, and it only moves when he's not recording. Alright, I'm calling bullshit.
Hello?
Knocking on the Ouija board isn't the only way he shows disrespect. He tries to badmouth a spirit into moving the pointer on camera for proof.
I think you're a coward. That's what I think it is. I think you're nothing but a coward.
So he badmouths the spirit. He calls it a coward, which... Whew, that's a sick burn.
Less than 10 seconds later, he gets a silent reply.
It's moving.
It's moving.
At one point, Gothboy Prince hears a noise and looks up. You can see that he's sitting in bed with the Ouija board on his lap. There's absolutely no room for anyone to be controlling the pointer with a magnet from underneath, so that explanation is out. You can also see that he is alone and no one is in front of him pulling a string.
So he tries to back up Gothboy Prince's word by saying he's alone in the room and we see in front of him. So nobody could be pulling on it with a string or using a magnet, but it seems it could be just that with the string. We only see what's directly in front of him. We never see really what's to the sides or what's behind him.
Even paranormal skeptics can't explain how this pointer was able to move with no one nearby. But if you think you can, I would really like to hear the real reason. Number 3. For over 30 years, a woman named Stella Lansing had visions beyond her explanation.
Okay, so this seems a little promising. Stella, she's a bit seasoned. She's been seeing things for a while.
She was surprised to find these strange occurrences could be recorded and shared with others through basic camera equipment.
So she's going around taking photos of things and she's finding paranormal activity.
Like this transparent man with a long face and beard, or these men standing closely together, the third of which looks certainly off. People began to doubt her as her popularity spread. So to satisfy her skeptics, Stella began recording with as many different types of cameras as she could find, and things just became weirder from there.
Okay, we see another one of these weird light trail ones from... Remember back to the earlier one from King 5?
That one's really exciting.
It just looks like an out-of-focus shot that was jostled while it was being taken.
This voice, for example, was supposedly recorded using an 8mm camera that could not detect sound. Also, keep in mind that this was decades ago before video editing equipment was available to the public, which is why I think this is probably real.
Okay, so she records a voice on a camera that doesn't record sound, but you can take film and edit it afterward, or else we wouldn't have had movies ever.
Very ironic, don't you think?
After a while, she began to record strange rectangular disc-like shapes around everyday objects like airplanes.
Those look like lens flares to me. Now some of these, they could be explained just as easily as a double exposure. Now a double exposure is when you take one shot on film and you use the negative space in that for another shot. So I'll throw a couple examples of some cool double exposures here. You'll get one photo's exposure in the shadow of another's, and it creates some really cool effects, and that could easily be what happened here.
Number 2. The world is filled with lost radio signals from long ago. One of these many mystery stations was this broadcast from East Germany that started in the 1970s. We still don't know what it was, only that it sounded like it could drive a person to madness if they listened for long enough.
Number 2 is easily explainable. It sounds very similar to another radio station that pops up a lot in either conspiracy theories or more paranormal stuff. Now, this is very similar to UVB-76, also known as the Buzzer. The Buzzer is a shortwave radio station, and you can read the article on Wikipedia. I'll link it below. Wikipedia explains it as a monotonous tone. It repeats over and over again, and every once in a while it'll be interrupted by some Russian men speaking. Now, the purpose of this isn't confirmed by the Russian government, but it seems more than likely it's just a test station to keep that frequency open and occupied just in case it needs to be used for something. More than likely an emergency alert system. Think of like how frequencies are interrupted if there's a severe storm watch or warning, and you could be listening to something and it's interrupted by a warning tone, then following information.
Maybe it's just me, but this almost sounds like some kind of ancient ritual or chant.
But we jump right to it being an ancient ritual. I will admit, though, it's pretty creepy, the noises that it does make.
Number 1. A YouTuber named Matthew Van Hughes is enjoying nature when he hears a loud voice of someone who apparently isn't. Listen to this part and tell me if you can literally hear the word help being said, because I think I can.
That sounds like a kid screaming. Either someone's hanging out in the woods or something bad is happening. I'd hate to think that something bad is actually happening, but I'm the youngest of my siblings, and siblings do that. They bother each other and pester each other. And there's been plenty of times when I probably sounded exactly the same way.
The sound quiets down and then switches over to something far less human.
And that doesn't necessarily sound less human, it sounds like a whoop.
Skeptics think that this is some kind of wild animal, but I think I can hear English being spoken here, but I can't tell what. Maybe the words "don't take me." When he gets to the bottom off the cliff, nothing is there. Matthew waits for an hour and doesn't hear anything else, so he leaves whatever it was to take their final breaths.
We just jump straight to death. Alright, chills.
Foot lettuce.
This is why I recommend never looking directly in it, and you'll probably save yourself loads of trouble. Just trust me on this one. Isn't that right, buddy?
Ooh.
What was that?
Hey babe, I think I heard a noise outside. Can you go check it out?
A noise?
A noise.
Like what kind of noise?
Like a spooky noise.
Alright, let me go grab the ghost camera. I know it's here somewhere. Perfect. Alright. Is that scary? Not that scary. Just a noise. Just a very spooky noise. Okay, we're good. This is just a dog. What's that? Shit. think we got away. Alright. We're good. We're good. Alright guys, I want to thank you for staying this far in the video. Now, I know I criticized these quite a bit. I'm not a complete skeptic, I want to reiterate that. And if you think something different, leave a comment below and explain some of these to me. I'm more than open to hear what your opinions are. I like to be able to see other people's point of view and what they think could be explanations for these. If you believe they're real, okay, let me know. Since I'm uploading more often, I want to kind of incorporate a little bit of a game into these videos. So maybe it'll give you something fun to look forward to each video that's uploaded. I want to play a snippet from something in pop culture. So take a listen, and if you know the answer, leave a comment. If you guess correctly, I'll feature your comment in the next video. Also, if you have any cool ghost stories you want to say, leave those in the comments as well. It's always cool to hear what other people's experiences are. Make sure to leave a like on this video. If you want to see more videos in the future, make sure to subscribe. And also click that bell, that way you can get a little notification every time I upload. And then you'll be one of the first to watch the new video. Alright guys, thanks for watching, have a great day.